Hello guys, and welcome to another plan with me. I'm very unorganized. It's like I've been home for less than 24 hours from my Disney trip, but we're just gonna get crack-lacking on this plan with me because I have some time to kill before game night. We're gonna be filming the week of May 22nd through the 28th, and I am gonna be using my print impression inserts from my print impression planner. Just doing all the things. So here they are, and we're going to be using this rainy day kit from SPC. I have it from when it was the February 2022 mystery, but this has been since reformatted, and here is the kit. It is this super pretty, like navy, light blue, like a pinkish tannish color kit. And I'm literally obsessed. Can't wait to get this laid down. This is like pre-split bottom washi and pre-one page of little things. Basically, she ancient, but let's pull out all of her boxes. So we have 8, 9, because I'm definitely using that tall girl, and I think 10. There is these ones in the closet, but like they don't make me go goo goo gaga. So, and I love the rest of these. So this is the setup. I am going to be using the rainy day, I think that's what it's called, or weather bundle, rainy day bundle from my shop. This is the page where I'm doing a combo of navy and ice. I have it comes with the like drop headers. This page is standard, then the 2 washies, and then the weather underlays. And yeah, I feel a bit rusty and a bit like, what am I doing? Because it's been like longer than ever since I filmed a video. But we're gonna start by getting these headers laid down, and I will get into this week. So the Monday that we're filming for was payday, typical. It was also 1 week until Disney. It's so weird filming this since like that's already happened. But we had a post office drop, got groceries, got McDonald's. I filmed, and then I had the previous Wednesday gone to IKEA and bought like a Calyx shelf for my board games. And I finally got around. I was at my nails done, which is weird. It's like a whole thing. But finally got around to putting that together. I had a YouTube binge and I worked. I'm also going to pull out my days of the week. Font choice 5. I have so many Plan with Me's filmed, and I'm just so behind on uploading these. So I'm also sorry about that. Truly. It's like I have so many other videos that like are time sensitive that Plan with Me's always get bumped. And so I do apologize for that. This is font choice 5 unfoiled for the days of the week. And so Tuesday I worked pretty much all day. I watched YouTube and then just like binge watched Criminal Minds like on TV, you know, doing the dang thing. I'm also going to use the holes and the date numbers that come in the kit, but if you just wanted this, it's called Weekly Essentials in the shop, or if you just want these date numbers, these are font choice 5. I'm using them in ice, and these holes are hole choice 3 also in ice. But yeah, I did that, and then all day I was playing different games on Board Game Arena. I was playing a lot of Ark Nova, and then I played some other games so that I could get up to, I think you needed 20 plays to be able to like upload your own like profile photo. So I did that, which was nice. And then I did a ton of reading. This past week it was a lot of graphic novels. I read the entire Heartstopper series. I think I read like 6 books this week. That's 4. I read, maybe I finished 7 books this week. I read a different graphic novel. I think it was called The Librarian of Auschwitz. So I read that, and then I read both books 1 and 2 of the Geneva Rose Detective Kimberly King series. One of them I finished on like Monday, and then I read the entire other one. It was so good, literally so good, and I loved it. Basically, I wish there were more. It was a great time. I also DNF'd a book. I like read the first 20 pages of a pho love story and called that quits. Decided against reading it. It just was not sparking joy. And my time, I have learned over the past few years, is precious. So we don't have time for bad books or books that aren't for me. Because it's not necessarily a bad book. It's just, it wasn't sparking joy. It's my first time using this underlay pattern. I'm very excited about it. It's very pretty. Very cute. So yeah, and then I was just really, really tired. I stayed up super late like every night this week because, so Chris was doing this bingo thing for this game he plays with his friends. So like he wasn't coming to bed until late. And one of the nights I did fall asleep, but I woke up when he came to bed and then I like kind of slept like shit afterwards. So it just was deemed, it made more sense for me to stay awake. So that's one night I had. There's 2 scenes in this kit, which is why we'd be doing what we did and not have any full boxes on the other page so far. In case you didn't realize. Which is kind of funny because I feel like so few kits have 2 scenes, and the one I used in my everyday planner for the same week also had 2 scenes. Very odd. Wednesday, I did some work in the morning, finished what I was doing, and then Andrea was like, don't feel like doing anything today. What are you doing? Because we were having girls' night, and I was like, I finished what I needed to do. Now I'm just kind of gonna like fuck around and do random things that don't need to be done right now until July, until it's time to go. She's like, so do you want to just come now? And I was like, sure. So I went to Andrea's, and we immediately left and went to get like a late lunch to like a diner. We got breakfast. I got biscuits and gravy. She got pancakes. It was a great time. And then while we were waiting for our table, there was like in walking distance, like literally right next door, a bookshop. So we went in there. I didn't get anything, but looked around, had fun. And then went back to Andrea's. The kids came home from school, hung out with them. And then once they went to bed, we left and went to get hibachi, which was delish. And then we had our girls' night, game night. I have 13 text messages all of a sudden in this group chat. I'm on my phone simply so I can figure out what games we played, because I've played so many games in the past week. This was on the 23rd? 23rd. Holy macaroni. No, 24. Okay. So we tried this one game that I have called Paint the Roses, and it was very much so mediocre. Didn't really enjoy her too much, but we ended up losing. But like, I don't know, it was just not the best. So we played that, and then we basically had made a list of everything we have played but didn't get pictures for review for our Board Game Girlies, which is our board gaming Instagram. We do post there 2 to 3 times a day. We do giveaways, reviews, lots of stuff, which it is linked down below if you would be so kind as to go give us a follow. But so we figured that out, and we figured we had 3 different dice thrones that we had to review. So we did that. We reviewed Barbarian and Moon Elf. We did Captain Marvel, Black Panther, and Gunslinger and Samurai. And then we needed to do Azul Queen's Garden, which Nick loves that game and literally always wins. So he joined us to play that. And then we played Wingspan Asia and this game called Plannahannah. It's really corny, very like a kid's game, but it's fine. And then we played Arc Nova, and this was the crazy game where Andrea had negative 42 points. Like I'd say she wins like 60% of the time, especially with her new strat that she's been going for. But yeah, it was a very odd one. So it was a lot of fun. And then we were doing an ice cream bar for game night. We also went to Target or Walmart, but to get ice cream toppings. But we were doing an ice cream bar on Saturday, so we were like, we need to taste test it. So we had ice cream sundaes. I did like chocolate ice cream. Tell me what you guys would prefer for an ice cream sundae. I will admit, hers looks cuter, better aesthetic, better for pictures. But mine, that's what the taste was. I had chocolate ice cream, and then I had this like Hershey's Reese's shell, where it was like chocolate peanut butter drizzle with chocolate sprinkles and Reese's peanut butter cups on it. And then she had vanilla ice cream, rainbow sprinkles, chocolate sauce, and whipped cream. Which would you prefer? Let us know. We did a poll on Board Game Girlies, and my sundae won. So just let me know down below what you would pick. This looks stunning. It's kind of annoying how pretty this looks, if I'm being honest with you. So we did that, and then Thursday I slept in apparently, and then I worked, had a YouTube binge. I FaceTimed with my sister this night. I do remember that. I ended work early, and I was gonna read all night, which I did end up still reading a bit, but my sister calls me. We were trying to find time to talk because our lives are just chaotic, and she was like, well, how about sometime next week? And I'm like, girl, I'm gonna be in Disney World all week, so I don't think that's gonna work out. So she found some time and was able to give me a call, and we were able to talk, which was much needed. It had been way too long. Okay, and then I read some more. Friday I woke up in the morning and I filmed. I don't really remember what I filmed, and then apparently I went to Target. Don't know what I did there. Oh, I needed to get spray sunscreen, so that happened. And then I worked. I binge watched Frozen 1 and Frozen 2 because I was like real excited about Disney coming up, you know, doing the things you gotta do while you're excited. So I did that, and then me and Andrea decided that we were gonna go to Tanuki the next day, which is like our favorite local game store. So we made that plan because I had realized that I had to bring packages to the post office on Saturday because of Memorial Day, I believe, being on Monday, and me and Chris were both going out of town on Monday, so nobody would be there to bring them to the post office on Tuesday when they open. And the little Dropbox thing says only envelope, so it was like a whole thing. I just cut like half the page off. Oopsie. So it didn't matter how much work I got done over Saturday, Sunday, because none of those packages were going to be able to make it to the post office. So I said, you know what, F it. I'm going to be spontaneous girly and do something fun. So we had planned that, but I also read that evening. And then Saturday, I got up in the morning, went to the post office, and then I came home pretty much and dropped Chris off. And then I went over to Andrea's, and we drove down to Tanuki. And then, you guys, I'm disgusted to tell you the story of what happened next. We got all of our games. We're so excited. We're walking out of the store. We're like looking at our games in our hands, talking and walking. And I was like not really paying that close of attention. But like all of a sudden, like I kick something. And I think it's like a full water bottle because it was like huge. And I look down and it's a dead pigeon. Oh my God. Oh, it still gives me the heebie-jeebies. We literally screamed bloody murder and ran. We booked it. We get to Andrea's car. We open the trunk. And usually we'll like put everything in the trunk, take a picture for our Instagram, do all the things. No. We chucked the games into the car. Like literally threw them in, screaming. Andrea's trying to not throw up. She's literally like on the verge of puking. Jump in the car, start screaming. It's like really busy, so there's people like basically stalking us for our parking spot. We're still just literally screaming, trying to calm down enough to be able to drive safely. And it was horrifying and disgusting, and I hated it. Horrible, horrible experience. Then we decided we'd go to lunch, you know, after that nastiness. We went to Doc B's, I believe is the name of it. It's at the Domain. And we got lunch. What did I even get? Oh, I got macaroni and cheese. It was really good. And she got some sort of steak. And then we walked around the Domain. Then I went back to Andrea's house. And there was like no point in, or she actually picked me up. That was the setup. She picked me up. And then Chris just drove over for game night. So we just like hung out with the kids, did the dang thing, you know, the huge. And then Chris came over and we had game night, and Nick's friend Tony came over for game night. It was just like all the pals. And first we played Here to Slay. as like our appetizer game, as we call it. Something that's like quick and easy that we can play while we eat. Which I think we got McDonald's that night, which I'm always happy about McDonald's. And so we did that, and then we played this game called Heat, which was not my favorite. And I didn't even like hate the theme. Like, I feel like it's like a weird fact about me that I kind of like cars, but it was just not my favorite. Maybe once I played, I didn't even do bad. I came in the middle, 3rd out of 6 or 5. I don't know. We'll obviously play it again. I want to play it again to really like get a good review. I feel like sometimes you can't really make a final call on a game until you've played it twice, because the first game you're like, what's going on? What are the rules? What am I doing? So I'm gonna give her another go before I make a full decision. And then we played Forbidden Desert, which is a co-op game where either you all win together or you all lose together. And so far, we've proven that we're really good at all losing together, because we've played the game twice now and come very close both times to winning it, and we just have not yet, which is trauma. But that's fine. It's fine. So we played that, which was a lot of fun, and then like I said, we got McDonald's, therefore I definitely got chicken nuggets, and they were glorious. And then Sunday, I worked and watched, you know, YouTube while working. And then Chris and I went out to lunch. We like kind of ended work early so we could spend some time with each other since we were going to be apart for a week. We went to, I don't even remember where. Oh, this one restaurant, and I got this like chicken and biscuit soup that's really good. And I got like soup and a salad, and it was scrumptious. Oops, one of my planners. Ah! Sorry guys, my planners are all falling. Get a grip. Okay. So we did that, and then we went for a walk when we got back, and then we played a game together. We played literally one game, Dungeons, Dice, and Danger. And Chris is a very sore loser, and I beat him by quite a bit, and then he said he didn't want to play anything anymore because he was mad. So we laid down and we like watched. I was just putting on literally like the Disney movies because, you know, I was leaving the next morning for Disney, and I tried watching the live action Mulan. Horrible. So then I watched the Cruella movie with Emma Stone, and then I started watching Coco. We also took a break to go get Taco Bell. I don't actually love Taco Bell. Okay, first off, they sell Pepsi. Right there is a red flag. Pepsi is disgusting and horrible. Then the next thing is everybody's always like, Taco Bell's so cheap. It always ends up being like one of the most expensive like fast foods for us, which is annoying. And then half the time they get my food wrong, because not that I don't eat meat, but I do not eat meat there. So I always get the Nachos Bel Grande, substitute the beef for black beans, and no tomato. I would say 85% of the time, tomato still present, and it's like a 50-50 shot whether they'll get the beans right. But when we ordered, I said, yeah, like, can I substitute the beef for black beans? And he was like, yeah, did you still want the sour cream and the nacho cheese? Which was a promising sign, because to me that meant he was making sure I was not vegan, therefore was going to pay attention in case it was a dietary restriction. And thankfully it ended up being good. But that night, I literally did not even sleep a wink. I was awake all night long because I don't go to bed early to begin with. So for me to, because I had to get up at, I think, like 3:45 a.m. And for me to get up that early, I was going to feel very sick to the stomach had I gone to sleep for like I don't know, I usually go to bed at like 1 a.m. So if I had gone to sleep for like 2 hours, I would have felt worse than just not sleeping. So I literally just stayed up watching TV until it was time to leave for Andrea's. That's pretty much, the entirety of the week, and it was a good time. I loved it, had lots of fun. And then wait till next week's plan with me, guys. That is gonna be a bonkers long one. It's gonna be nice and long. Okay. I guess maybe I'll use the, where's that other one? I'm gonna put this blue one over here so there's like at least one box with like the light blue overlays because there's the light blue corners on her. So we'll do this over here, and that is the base. I'll zoom us on into the day by day. Oh, this is like annoyingly pretty. I just had to take some pictures of it because it's just stupid how pretty this is. I definitely think that with the reformat, I will use it in my main planner because it's just so good. But let us begin. Okay. Okay, let me get my bearings. Let me find all my sheets. Did I use some flags? I did. Okay, probably won't use a ton of that. I'm not bringing in the extra like brown color. If you know me, you know I hate the color brown, so there was no way in hell that was ever gonna happen. Okay, so the first thing I will be marking is payday. And then I will mark that it was 1 week until Disney. Then the PO drop, as well as going to go get groceries. These two blues are very similar. Okay, so for payday, I'm gonna use the mini money icon from the mini icons sheet in navy. Then for payday, this was in the foil bundle, but it is in font choice 4 in ice. Then for 1 week until Disney, I do have this little Cinderella castle from SPC. And I will just grab my pen and write in 1 week. Okay, and then for post office drop, I have the navy envelope from the mini icons sheet. And I have a from my custom multi in PO drop. This is the new font choice 3. Then for groceries, I have got the grocery cart icon from the mini icons sheet, as well as groceries from the bundle, but it is in font choice 6 in ice. Then we'll move down to the bottom half. This because the 1 week until Disney kind of threw her off kilter, the bottom half is where we have our 5 little things. So I'm just gonna pop all 5 of those in here now. I'm starting to get a bit of a headache, so I'm gonna probably have to take a Excedrin after this before we go. That is not the color that goes next. Silly, silly girl. Okay. So it's gonna go here, and then we'll grab the other blue and pop it in, the other dark blue. Yeah, you can see that they're different colors. Once they're next to each other, they don't look nearly as similar. Okay, then we got McDonald's breakfast. I have the hash brown from SPC, as well as McDonald's from my custom multi in font choice 3 in navy. Then I have got the filming camera from the mini icon sheet in navy, as well as film in font choice 3. And then I built the calyx for my board games, so I'm just using the playing card icon from the mini icon sheet and writing in build. I had a YouTube binge, so I do have the movie clapper from the mini icons sheet, as well as a YouTube binge. It's from the bundle, but it is in ice and font choice 4. And then I did work, so I have this retro computer from SPC, as well as a work script. It's from the bundle, but it's in font choice 6 in ice. And that's Monday. Moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I will be marking is work. As soon as I find the thing. Here she is. Marking work. Oh, this is before big little things were a thing, so this is where it gets tricky. I had a YouTube binge, and I just watched the good old TVs. I'm pretty sure, like 99% sure I was watching Criminal Minds. use this in there, I guess. So for work, I have a laptop from SPC as well as a work script in font choice 3 in navy. And then for YouTube binge, we've got the movie clapper from the mini icons sheet as well as YouTube binge from my custom multi in font choice 3 in navy. And for binge watch, I do have the TV from the mini icons sheet as well as a binge watch script. It's from the bundle, but that's font choice 5 in ice. Down here, I'm going to use a label to mark playing games on BGA all day. And then we'll use a flag to mark my reading. And then I was super duper tired this evening. So we will maybe throw this in. Does she fit? She does. Perfect. So for BGA, I do have the plain, like it's like an Uno card, but that's fine. And I have a custom BGA unfoiled in font choice 3. And for reading, I do have the Lottie with her stack of books from SPC as well as Read in the new font choice 2, but it's also in the bundle, and that's in ice. And then I was really tired, so I have the Lottie sleeping as well as tired as fuck from the bundle, but that's font choice 5 in ice. On to Wednesday, the first thing I'm gonna mark is that I just worked in the morning. And then I will mark that me and Andrea went for breakfast. What was this? And stopped at the bookshop. There's like 2 big little things, so we'll use one of them here. Okay. So the first thing for work, I do have Lottie on her laptop from SPC with the work script in font choice 3 in navy. And then for eating breakfast with Andrea, I've got the pancakes doodle. It's like super old from SPC in silver. And then with Andrea, that is also in the font choice 3 in navy. And then I have the book icon from the mini icons sheet as well as a shopping script from the bundle, but it's also font choice 6 in ice. Then me and Andrea did go to get some, ooh, grabbed the wrong color, some hibachi, and then we had a girls' game night and had some ice cream. Okay, so for going to get dinner, I have the like Asian takeout box from SPC with a custom with Andrea on font choice 3. And then for game night, I have the me and Andrea little dudes with a game night script custom thing from in the font choice 3. And then for the ice cream, I just have this ice cream doodle from SPC, and it wasn't an ice cream cone, it was like in a dish, but it's what I had that matched. And that's the first half of the week. Okay, moving on to the second half. The first thing that I want to mark in here is that I slept in. No, I'll go this way. Use this, and then I worked and had a YouTube binge. So for sleeping in, we've got the bed icon from the mini icons sheet as well as sleep in the new font choice 2 in ice. For working, we have got Lottie on her laptop again as well as work in font choice 3 in navy. And then for YouTube binge, we've got the silver movie clapper icon as well as YouTube binge from my custom multi in font choice 3 in navy. Then down here, I am going to mark that on this pattern. FaceTimed with my sister, and then I read. No, I don't need this one. Yeah, wrong one. Wrong one. It's fine. I don't need that anyway. We'll use this one. This one works better anyway. And then I will mark I read. Okay. So for FaceTiming my sister, I do have this little phone doodle from SPC, as well as a FaceTime Sissy custom in font choice 3. And for reading, I've got Lottie with her stack of books, as well as a read script in font choice 3 in navy. Friday, the first thing I want to mark in the morning is filming. And then I will mark shopping, Sonic, and YouTube. Shopping, Sonic, YouTube. Okay, so for filming, we've got the filming camera from the mini icons sheet, as well as a film script in font choice 6 in silver. And then we have a shopping bag from the mini icons sheet, as well as a Target custom in font choice 5, unfoiled. We've got the Sonic bag from SPC, as well as a Sonic custom for my shop in font choice 5, unfoiled. And then I watched YouTube, so we've got the YouTube laptop from SPC, as well as the same YouTube binge as we used the prior day. Okay, next thing we have is working. Pop that in here. And then I did binge watch Frozen 1 and 2, and then I read. So for working, I have the retro computer from SPC, as well as a work script, font choice 2 in navy. And then for binging Frozen from Once More with Love, I've got the Kristoff Munchkin. Frozen 1 plus 2, sure. And then for reading, we've got the book from the mini icons sheet in navy, as well as the read in font choice 3 in navy. Okay, Saturday, the first thing that I want to mark is post office drop, and then I will mark Tanuki. I will mark the dreaded pigeon situation. Horrifying, literally horrifying. And that we got lunch. Okay, so for the post office, we've got this envelope icon from the mini icons sheet, as well as a custom PO drop in font choice 6 unfoiled. For going to Tanuki, I'm going to use this die from SPC and just write it in. Tanuki, and then I'm going to cut the worry off of this Munchkin from Once More with Love and just have it be like the face, because that was literally us. And actually, I have little stickers that I made that just say WTF. That's what I'm gonna pop in here, I think. And this is in font choice 3 as well, unfoiled. And then for getting food with Andrea, I have the place setting icon from the mini icons sheet. And then I have a foiled silver with Andrea that I just had in the collection from an old custom multi, and that was in the January font of the month. Then we walked around the domain, so I'll pop that in here, and we, what's it called? Had game night and got McDonald's. Game night and a McDonald's. Perfect. There we go. For the domain, I have the little sneakers from SPC, as well as a custom The Domain in font choice 5 unfoiled. For game night, I've got Lottie with playing cards, as well as a game night custom for my custom multi. And for McDonald's, we have got the Lottie with her Happy Meal, as well as the fast food script from the bundle, but that's also in font choice 5. And then over here, the first thing we are going to mark is working, as well as watching YouTube. Okay, so for working, we've got Lottie on her computer, as well as a work script in font choice 3. For the YouTube binge, we've got this heart YouTube thing from SPC, as well as a YouTube binge script in font choice 4. And then to mark Chris and I going out to dinner, we have this. And then this will be to mark going for our walk. Then we played a game together. So for that, I will use this. And then we got Taco Bell. And that's literally all the things. So for getting dinner with him, or I think we got lunch actually. I have Lottie with like her fork and knife, and then with Chris from my custom multi, that's in font choice 3 in navy. For going for the walk, I've got the sneakers as well as the training script. This was the birthday or anniversary sale font, and that's in silver. Then we have the cards icon from the mini icons sheet, as well as another one of those game night scripts. And then finally, we've got a Taco Bell bag from SPC, as well as a takeout script from my custom multi that is in font choice 6. So let us zoom out and look at the finished spread, and I'll show you what's going into my D-stash. Okay guys, here is the finished spread. I think that this came out so pretty. It's so calming looking. Very much so enjoy it. And I'll show you everything that I'm putting right on into my D-stash. We got the movie marquee keys, a bunch of like headers. Got not a ton on that sheet. I actually went ham on it. A bunch of scripts. I only used the washi on this page. I didn't touch that page at all. We have some pattern stuff, some icons and headers, deco, more boxes there, and I used one sticker on this sheet. Oh, we got some more over here. We've got the flags and some deco bits, an overlay, some washi, and some underlays. Now that is everything. If you guys liked this video, then give it a thumbs up. If you did not, then well, give it a thumbs down, because either way you're helping out my channel. Comment down below, subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!